Hey guys, what is going on? This is Carnal5. Today I have another gameplay video for you guys. Pretty interesting matchup. I have Phil Niekro. He is pitching the Player of the Month, Alex Wood, which I really thought about getting that card, but I didn't end up getting him. He has a pretty good team as well as using Gary Sanchez, Luis Gonzalez, George Brett, Player of the Month, Correa. He definitely had a good team, but it was a lot different lineup than what I'm used to seeing. He's a World Series opponent. He's also a sub on Twitch, and I know he streams a little bit, on his own. So make sure you guys check out his channel, his Twitch, which is McGuigan 1 to 10. Not really hard to follow or find on Twitch. Anyways, we lead off the game. I think we worked it to a full count or 2-2 count, and we popped up to his first baseman. Early in the game, I was trying to just be really patient against Alex Wood, and I think it kind of paid off. I didn't want to get too aggressive, especially with that sinker, and then overswing on stuff and just ground out. I did swing first pitch of Ed Matthews here. I wanted to try to mix up my approach just a tad. It paid off. Kenny Powers worked that walk, and Matthews hit it in that hole there with a line drive. Dawson came up, hit a weak grounder, and he wasn't enough to turn two, though. It was hit a little too soft, and that's going to bring up Ken Griffey. 2-1 count, and this is what I'm talking about with the sinker. I laid off that one. We got to a 3-1 count. I wanted to be aggressive here, but I really hate being aggressive against a sinker. I really need to practice. I need to go and practice against a sinker. That was actually the knuckle curve. The knuckle curve and changeup doesn't really bother me with Alex Wood. It can be kind of deceptive, but it's not really a big deal. So that was actually the knuckle curve. I did swing on top of it a little bit, and this first baseman, he really kind of got screwed there. I got pretty lucky, but I will take the run. I actually had, I don't know, this game is weird. The ones I hit well kind of went nowhere, and the ones I hit bad, you'll see that, I scored some BS runs. Kind of the same thing for him too. Like the ones, he didn't swing well. He had some runs off. You guys will see later though. Anyways, Niekro. I'm a big fan of Niekro. In the first few innings, I was struggling hitting my spots. Made an adjustment with my analog and started to hit my spots later in the game. But I was leaving a lot of stuff right down the middle, as you guys can see. Thankfully, he wasn't keeping his PCI in the middle. He was trying to react. You see, he got a lucky hit there. Same as me in the first inning. They really need to fix the animations for the pitcher. I think it's bad. And then here I caught him stealing, did a throw cancel, and I'm surprised my catcher actually had the reaction to do that. Half the time they just have a slow transition, but I actually backpicked him. One of the first times I've actually backpicked somebody in this game. I wish they made it just a little bit easier, but I don't know. I really don't know how they could fix that. And then we get a strikeout to end the inning. David right up, knuckle curve, kind of down and away. I thought I, hit it a little bit better than what it was, but you can see we're on top of it a little bit, and it's in this bottom part of the strike zone. And then Niekro comes up and gets jammed, hits it to second base. Still have a 1-0 lead going in the second here. Look at this, I hung this so bad. He pulls it. That's the Player of the Month, Gary Sanchez. I want to check out that card too. I don't know. I like Molitor, guys. I do like him at second. I just don't like his defense. I love his bat. I can't stand his defense, though. And I don't really like my creative guy at catcher. I feel like I really get nothing out of him. Even though I did backpick somebody earlier, I feel like anybody could have made that play, really, at catcher. He advanced there on the wild pitch, and Cal Ripken makes a nice little play. Runner is unable to advance. So that's going to bring up George Brett, 2-2 count, 2 outs. See, look at that. I'm throwing right down the middle. I kept that one down. He checked the swing. I could tell right away the knuckleball was giving this guy some really good fits. I shouldn't call him this guy, McGuigan. Gave him some really big fits. And then I threw a knuckleball down and then kind of jammed him a little bit. And an easy fly out to Trout there in left field. So far, it looks like it might be a pitching duel. In the next half of the inning, I didn't really have anything going. 2-2 count though. Worked the count. Still showing some patience. And Matthews is able to get like a weak ground ball up the middle. Again, all my hits I felt like were lucky, and the ones I hit well were like lineouts. Pretty much typical for MLB The Show 17 though. And then Dawson came up. It was middle away, went with the pitch to right center. Ed Matthews is unable to score though, but we do get a double out of it. Maybe if this was a normal ballpark, but I don't know. Probably would have been tough for Matthews to score on that regardless. And that's going to bring up Ken Griffey Jr. 0-1 count. Alex Wood delivers the pitch, and it's a hanging knuckleball right down the middle, basically. That was a home run. Pretty much all I had to do was swing, especially in Shibe Field or whatever, Shibe Park, whatever it's called. I don't like this park, but that probably would have been got in most places. You can see I was a little under it, 102 exit velo, so definitely a hanger there, and we go up 4-0. And then next inning, we hang one ourselves. That was a screwball right down the middle. It was a just late hit, but that was a terrible pitch by myself. And you can see he finally gets on the board with a solo shot. Definitely not a good pitch by me. He made me pay for it. And then we come right back with a screwball in on the hands of the pitcher. Made him look really silly. And his creative guy got out. And the next batter, a 1-1 count. This was Trout. We threw a knuckleball away. I tried to mix it up a little bit. And I threw it away. It looked like he got a pretty good swing on it. So after that, I was like, nope. I'm pretty much going to pitch away from that wall because I don't know, there's too many cheap home runs, especially with the just late swings. And the next inning, pretty much just taking a lot of pitches at this point. I could tell he was getting frustrated at Niekro. He hit him a few times, and so I wanted to make him pay here. I got Mike Trout, 1-2 count. Got the unfazed quirk activated, trying to foul off some pitches here. He threw the two-seam and sinker looked pretty similar. I don't know why you would use a two-seamer though. The sinker has like so much more movement. Hit it pretty well, but we're out in front a little, and we ground out to third. I feel like with Mike Trout, I either just go off or I go 0 for 5 and do nothing. I do like the card though. I just got to use him some more. Curious to see what his stats will be. On this one, he actually hits pretty decent. I don't know where his PCI was. I know at the time he was streaming, but I didn't know he was streaming when I was playing him. So he might have hit that well. He had good timing. Probably know in this game he probably did square it up and it was a flyout, but who knows. And then the next batter, like I said here, he didn't hit this one well at all. He was completely jammed and got a base hit. Yeah, it's baseball. It happens. It just seems like it happens a little bit too much in this game. The bad hits are rewarded. The good swings usually are not. I don't know. I think we all know how the game plays by now. And then another weak dribbler, and Niekro makes a nice little play, and we're able to turn 2 and get out of the inning. So I've only given up 1 run so far of Niekro. I can tell he's having fits, even though I give up the 1 home run. That was really my fault for throwing it down the middle. And I finally got Alex Wood out of the game. I think he had about 85 pitches thrown. He brought in Jim Johnson, another sinker baller, and I kind of fight one off the middle again. I don't know. I didn't hit too well this game, but like I said, the ones that I could have hit out, I didn't get under them enough, I guess. I don't know. You'll see as the game goes on. Matthews delivers another hit. I believe that's his 3rd hit of the game. He had 2 or 3 hits, maybe 4 hits. I don't know. He had himself a pretty good ball game. I haven't really been hitting well with him, but those are pretty much weak grounders. And then Dawson comes up, nobody on. I should have been patient here. I knew he was going to throw me a sinker middle in. I was trying to react and turn on it, but I shouldn't have chased that. That was definitely not a pitch to chase. And then we have 0-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on third. Griffey hits one decent, but his first baseman makes a nice play. I think that's Freddie Freeman. I can't remember who that was. The next inning, we throw a knuckler kind of in on the hands. He barely gets a piece of it, and Kenny Powers is able to throw him out at first. You can see that he hasn't really worked the pitch count too much. He's getting kind of aggressive. And then right here, I would have caught this. I don't know why I dove. I was kind of in between there. I think I definitely would have caught that, though. Kind of stupid. And he kind of fought it off. Another, kind of just late hit. But I should have caught that anyways. He didn't really hit that too hard. But that's going to give him a double. And then another late hit here. I wanted to make sure I get behind it a little bit so he wouldn't try to tag. And he stays at second. Dawson is just an absolute beast in right field. I got Dawson in right and Griffey in center. And the outfield is just the only thing you can have better is like Pepe Alazar or something. And then with 2 outs, a 1-1 count, Jake Lamb. I threw a curveball up and in. I figured he'd be late on it, but he actually hit it pretty well. And Griffey makes a fantastic play. Now, he was all over that, I could tell. Probably had some top spin on it. Like I said, that was probably the best hit he had. Like, the 2 or 3 really good hits he had, they were outs. So this game, yeah, definitely can be really, really frustrating. It seemed like just like the most BS hits were falling for us, but the ones we squared up were just going nowhere. Niekro comes up again. I actually had a pretty good at-bat with Niekro here. Get it to a 2-2 count, but it's going to be a weak fly out to second. Still being patient. I got runners on almost like every inning. I was just waiting for that big hit. We did get a couple big hits. We got the throw-in homer with Griffey. But pretty much that was it up to this point. And Niekro is still cruising. I figured I could have a chance to get a complete game with him. Only 63 pitches and 5 1/3 at this point. We decided to go with a knuckler down and in. My opponent was showing some patience, but then he started getting a little aggressive and Yancey. I could tell he was getting frustrated. When he's hitting Niekro, he paused it a few times. I talked to him afterwards. I said good game and all that, so it was pretty cool. I mean, it is frustrating facing these knuckleballers. I faced Tiant the other day too, and it is pretty annoying. But I get him, Mike Trout to fly out there to right field. 3-2 count, 2 outs. And again, I hang this one down the middle. He goes up the middle with it, with Griffey. I don't know why. I hang pitches with Tiant and Niekro, and it's like totally my fault. I don't know why I do it though. I usually don't have command issues with other pitchers. I just don't think I just need to get a little bit better with analog pitching, to be honest. But the next batter, we get a weak ground out to Niekro again. Niekro actually made some good plays defensively for me. And then we're going to the 7th here. And Mike Trout was all over this. Yeah, that's what I mean. That had like a 107 exit velo. Just didn't have the launch angle. We did square it up, and it's a line out. Whatever. At least I got good exit velo on that. And then Kenny Powers. I feel like everybody pitches around Kenny Powers. He works another walk. And Ed Matthews comes up. He decides to bring in Tiant. I was surprised he didn't go to a lefty at this point. And then look at this BS hit. So, guys, seriously, have you guys ever seen a home run like that? I mean, I know it's Shibe Park, but that was ridiculous. I did not deserve that. I felt bad about that. And then we strike out with Griffey. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. The ones you square up, you know, you're out. But the ones you hit where it almost hits you, you kind of Olay swing it, and you're able to generate enough power to hit it out. I still don't understand. I would love to see the developers explain that one and show me, you know, on quick pitch that happening, because I've never seen a home run like that. But anyways, Niekro's still cruising, 76 pitches and 6 1/3. My opponent did not generate. I mean, he had some singles here and there, but he had a lot of like weak pop-ups and weak grounders. I could tell, you know, he definitely was not getting good swings on Niekro, and it was very frustrating to him. Here, a knuckleball down and in. He makes pretty good contact on it and rips a single in the right field. So, I mean, he did get like 8 or 9 singles off Niekro. I don't know, and he had the home run. But you can see here another weak contact to Cal Ripken, and we're able to get out of the inning. So 7 innings so far of Niekro. Pretty much going to fast forward it. The last few innings, I get runners on and nothing happens. Here we throw a knuckler up and in, get him swinging. He had good timing on it. He just didn't have the PCI near it. And then we go right back with I think that was a curveball. And then I seen that I had the shift on. This is against Freddie Freeman, so I decided to go ahead and take the shift off. He was late on a lot of pitches. He was trying to stay back on the knuckler, but I know it was giving him fits. So I took off the shift, just did straight up. Sometimes you guys have to do this, you know your opponent, know their bat speed. Make a pretty good pitch here, in on the hands. Knuckler moved at the last second, and Mike Trout makes a nice, easy catch. His created guy comes up 0-2 count. Again, I'm going to try to throw that curveball up and in, make it look like it's a knuckler, but it's going to be a little bit harder. And I induced another weak fly ball, and David Wright has that one for an easy out. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. We're at 89 pitches, and I decided to go ahead and go with a screwball here. Actually, no, that was a sinker, my bad. And he just lates it down the line. I think he was actually completely jammed on this one. I don't know if I showed the feedback or not, but he was like completely jammed, and he hit it pretty well. I think it was like over 90 miles an hour on that. And then Griffey, I totally missed my spot here, and I'm lucky he did not hit this well, because I think I pitched it right in a sweet spot. I mean, he was going with the knuckleball well, but like when I got it in on the hands, he was having trouble with it. Thankfully, he was able to, or not able to hit that one well though. Moving on to the 9th here, we throw a curveball up and in, kind of fooled him. He probably thought I was a knuckler coming. And next batter, I thought Molitor should have had this. That's the one problem I have with Molitor, and then Dawson misses it for some reason. But yeah, I think I'm going to eventually take out Molitor. Like, I love his bat. I can't stand his defense though. You know, he's playing out of secondary, so it goes down 5%. And here's Molly again. He's got Lou Brock on third. And just look at that. That's awful, man. I knew he was going to do this too. I should have let my right fielder come and catch it, but I just wanted to get the out. That run really meant nothing at that point. Trying to just get the complete game here. Hang one, and he gets another hit up the middle. I pretty much have about one more batter to pitch with, and then I have to take him out because it is 6-2, and I don't want the tying run to come up. Right now the tying run is in the hole, so I don't want him to come up. And he hits it decent, but David Wright's going to go ahead and field that, and that's going to end the game. Phil Niekro gets the complete game. I'm using Niekro and Tiant right now, too, because it's helping me towards my Felix Hernandez program. I don't really grind a lot offline, so those are like my 2 all-star pitchers. Ed Matthews gets player of the game with that BS home run. A lot of BS happened this game. Like I said, we had a lot of BS hits, but the ones we hit well just went nowhere. Don't get anything in the post-game reward, but I want to thank you guys for watching the video. And by the way, this should be at 60 frames per second, 1080p. Let me know if the quality's better, and let me know if the mic sounds any different to you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.